you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Living the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you from beautiful sunny San Diego, and I'm here with our beautiful co-host, Jamie Martinez.
What's up, guys?
And we're back with another few questions from our listeners. And before we get into those questions, we'll go over some current events in our life and then one win and one struggle that we've had over this last week. So what have we been up to? Well, we just got done with an awesome event over at Torrey Pines Beach. We did a huge cleanup with our Fit Fam over at the studio, and it was incredible how much stuff we were able to pick up. We had little ones, we had friends. It was great. And then we had a little hangout afterwards. I'm pumped about it. How did you feel about that event?
It was so amazing. Oh, it just filled my soul. It was so great.
And then another thing that we're up to is we have this new probiotic that we're trying, and we're trying to help our skin health, our digestive health, and just kind of try it out. It's been something that a lot of the experts that we follow have suggested. So we're trying out this probiotic called SEED, S-E-E-D. They say the first week is supposed to be a little bit challenging. I do feel a little bit more bloated than usual. Stool's a little bit different, which I know something's happening in there. But how do you feel it's going for you when it comes to your probiotic trial?
Yeah, I was a little nervous at first because, yes, they did warn us saying the first couple of weeks you could be feeling a little discomfort, gut pain. But luckily, same as you, just a little difference in the stool. So it's working.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated. If you guys have taken any probiotics that you like, or if you've taken seeds specifically, let us know how it's worked for you and if you suggest it. What else is going on? We got your birthday coming up, August 15th. What are you trying to do for your birthday? I know you got this goal you got going on.
Yes. So since we started tracking our food, tracking our protein, I decided leading into my 35th birthday that, maybe I can do a little mini bulk and then do a tiny cut leading into it. So we will see. It's my first time ever doing that, playing around with my numbers. So we'll keep you updated.
Fun. Yes, you've been tracking data, and now's the time to make little changes and see if we can actually have that body composition shift. I love it. We'll keep you updated with how that goes. Before we go into the win and the struggle, we have been just on the grind trying to build our social media, trying to build YouTube, trying to build this podcast, and it is growing pretty quickly. We're excited about it. So if you guys could do us a little favor, if you haven't already, and whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, if you could scroll and leave us a 5-star review if you think we've earned it, and maybe even write something nice, maybe a quick little short blurb on what you think about the podcast. It really helps the algorithm pump this podcast out to other people. It's a great non-cost way to support us. So if you haven't left a review yet, pretty please, it would be amazing if you feel like we've earned it. Awesome. Jamie, what is your success and challenge of last week?
Yeah, so I would say the success was just creating a boundary and sticking with it. So we were heading out to an event and we knew we already had a long list of things that we wanted to get done the next day. And we are the type of people that when we're in the moment, we always say yes. But before going out, we decided on a time that we were going to head home. That way we could feel rested and feel good the next day. And I'm just super proud of us for really sticking with it and going home when we said we were.
Yeah, I'm proud of us too. It's hard because we have so much hard work throughout the week, and it's really nice to be able to connect with friends and go and do things fun, but we had stuff to do that weekend. We didn't want to feel like trash. I feel like the older I get, the harder it is to rebound and the longer it takes to recover. So proud of us for doing that, being able to stick to our guns, set a goal, and stay true to it.
Yeah. I would say the struggle, or something that I've been struggling with for a while, but now it's finally top of my mind. We have this cool hot sauna blanket from Higher Dose is the company, and it's just sitting in our corner in our living room. So I really want to start getting in there 3 times a week, but it's 100% on me. I don't think about it. I don't schedule it into my day. So that's my goal for this next week, actually planning it 3 times throughout the week to get it in.
Yeah, I love that strategy. Anytime I feel like I'm lacking in an area of my life, I want to schedule it. I want to write it down as a task that I have to do and put it into a time block and schedule it. It just doesn't happen if you do it any other way. I feel like that's the best way to do it. So, proud of you for being aware and then setting a goal, and let's make it happen. Let us know how that goes. For me, my win, I feel like I've done a really good job this week of listening to my body and not overtraining, something that I've struggled with my entire life. Whenever I felt a little burnt out, whenever I felt like my joints started to hurt a little bit too much, instead of just grinding and driving through, I decided that I'm going to instead still go to the gym, still do the same routine, but this time I'm going to shift towards more mobility focused, lighter weight selections, stretching, that kind of thing, more active recovery to let the body recover. And then I'll just pick up with my game plan the next day if I feel like I've recovered. So pretty proud of myself for that. That is definitely something that I struggle with. For those of you out there that also struggle with that, just know your big training day is going to be there for you when you're ready. The more you drive through that pain, the more you drive through that overtraining, the more you're going to put more stress on your body, and it's going to take you in the opposite direction of your goals. And then my struggle, I just feel like I haven't made any time for any fun stuff. So just balancing out my fun stuff with the hard work, that's something that I really want to be able to do over the next couple of weeks. Keep you updated with that. Hopefully that happens. If not, there's always phases in your life where you really have to go hard, and then, you can come back and balance it out later. So that's great wins, great successes. Let's move on to the questions of the week. We have 3 questions, one in lifestyle, one in movement and exercise, and then one in nutrition. What's our first question, Jamie?
Question number 1. How can I improve my immune system to reduce the risk of illnesses?
Man, this is a great question. I know that our immune system is something that's been on our radar over the past few years. And anytime a member or a client asks about how to boost the immune system or how to improve your immunity, first it helps to understand what is your immune system and what does it consist of. Because if you know the underlying mechanism of exactly how each part works, you can then make your decisions on how you want to attack your day. So maybe some things you're really strong at that you don't really need to focus on, and some things that you're really deficient in that you really need to put more focus. So I say your immune system is like your body's defense system, and it helps to protect you from harmful things called pathogens. These are like tiny little invaders that make you sick. Pathogens can be viruses. Pathogens can be bacteria or any other germs that cause diseases, like the flu or the cold. So think of your immune system as an army of soldiers that are always on guard to help keep you healthy. They have these special weapons and they have these special strategies to help fight off any invaders. So when a pathogen enters your body, your immune system is going to recognize that right away and then do something because it doesn't belong there. It goes into a plan of action and attacks and destroys this pathogen, and it tries to get it out of your system. There are different parts of your immune system that work together to keep you safe. One part is made up of your white blood cells, and these are like the little soldiers of your immune system army. They travel through your body looking for any signs of trouble, and when they find a pathogen, they surround it and they destroy it. Another part of your immune system are antibodies. Antibodies are like these little detectives. They recognize specific pathogens that they've encountered before, and they help your immune system remember how to fight them off. This is why you often don't get sick from the same illness twice. Now, why is your immune system so important for living a long, healthy life? Well, if you have a strong immune system, it means that your body can fight off any illnesses more effectively. And when your immune system is working properly, it helps to keep you from getting sick or reduces the severity of the illness that you will get if you get infected. So a strong immune system is also important for preventing more serious health problems, like some illnesses, like certain types of cancers. These can occur when your immune system isn't functioning properly. And by keeping your immune system in good shape, you can lower your risk of developing these types of diseases. So take care of your immune system by leading a healthy lifestyle, things like eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, managing your stress, exercising regularly, and practicing good hygiene. These are always good ways to support your immune system, and we'll go a little bit more deeper here. Things that you can also do is to avoid habits that can weaken your immune system. Things like smoking and things like excessive alcohol consumption. So take care of your immune system, make healthy choices, and support these parts of your immune system, these white blood cells, these little soldiers of your immune system, these antibodies, these detectives, but also things like you have lymph nodes in your body, small bean-shaped structures that we call lymph nodes. They act as these command centers for your immune system. When a white blood cell detects a pathogen, it actually sends a message to the lymph nodes to rally more immune cells. You also have your spleen. The spleen is another important part of your immune system. It acts like this giant big filter, helping to remove old and damaged red blood cells from your body. And it also stores extra white blood cells, which can be quickly released to fight off pathogens when needed. Something that most people don't know about the immune system is that your bone marrow, inside of your bones, there's this special stuff called bone marrow. And this is where your body produces new blood cells. And this includes the white blood cells that are essential for your immune system. So bone marrow is like a factory that creates new immune cells to help keep your defense team strong. You also have your thymus. The thymus is a small organ located behind your breastbone. And this is where some of your white blood cells, called T cells, mature and become fully trained fighters. Once trained, these T cells go out into your body, ready to attack and destroy any pathogens that they come across. And then lastly, one of my favorite things about the immune system, the lymphatic system. Your immune system also includes a network of vessels called the lymphatic system, which we've talked a little bit about on this podcast before. These vessels carry a fluid called lymph, which contains immune cells. So the lymphatic system helps transport the immune cells to where they are needed in your body to fight off infections. Super important to take care of your lymphatic system. So if I'm looking for some strategies on how to improve my immune system after knowing what it is and what it consists of, number one is to eat a nutrient-dense diet. A nutrient-dense diet is crucial for supporting the immune system because it provides the essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants needed for an optimal immune function. So fruits and vegetables, these offer a wide range of vitamins and antioxidants, while whole grains and lean proteins provide important nutrients like zinc and selenium, and also the proteins offer the structure for all the things that your immune system is made of. Including these foods in your diet ensures that your immune system has the necessary tools to function effectively. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, things like berries, spinach, broccoli, almonds, yogurt, and lean meats like poultry, turkey, that kind of thing. Putting those into your daily meals, super important. Number two is to prioritize your sleep. This is a huge one. Adequate sleep is essential for your immune health because it allows your body to restore and repair itself. So during sleep, the immune system produces and releases these things called cytokines, little proteins that help combat infection and inflammation. And when you have insufficient sleep, this can disrupt the whole process, weakening the immune response and increasing the risk of illness. So prioritizing your sleep will help to optimize your immune function and strengthen your body's defense mechanism. You also have a system in your brain called your glymphatic system. Not your lymphatic system, but with a G, glymphatic system. And when you have your deep sleep, this is when all of that waste that your brain gives off throughout the day while it uses up so much energy, this is where your brain can help get rid of all of that waste through your deep sleep and the glymphatic system. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night, and make sure that you have a bedtime routine and a sleep sanctuary that we talk about. Dark, cool, all those things. Number three, you got to manage your stress levels. Stress has a significant impact on your immune system. And when we're stressed out, our body releases stress hormones that can suppress your immune activity. And chronic stress, chronic low stress can lead to long-term immune dysfunction, making us way more susceptible to infections and illnesses. By managing your stress through techniques like mindfulness meditation, deep breathing, or engaging in activities that we enjoy, we can often help reduce the negative impact that stress on our immune system does play. So practice mindfulness meditation. You can use apps like Calm or Headspace. deep breathing exercises. We have a bunch of breathing podcast episodes that we've done before if you want to check those out. Even things like yoga or engaging in hobbies that you just really enjoy and bring you joy. Those are all things that can help with your stress management. Number 4, engaging in regular exercise. Get that exercise in. It's going to help improve your circulation, which allows your immune cells to move more effectively throughout your body. It also reduces the stress hormones that we create when we get all stressed out, and it promotes the release of positive endorphins, and it just helps to make you stronger all over. So engaging in activities like walking, jogging, resistance training, swimming, cycling, shoot for about 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity activity. Number 5, maintaining a healthy weight is going to be super important towards your immune function, because excess weight, particularly abdominal fat, it can contribute to chronic low-grade inflammation in the body, which is going to impair your immune response. Number 6, practice good hygiene. And this is where you want to make sure that if you're around a lot of sick people, if you're around people that are coughing or sneezing, if you're going to a place where a lot of people are touching the same thing, you just want to make sure that you practice good hygiene. You're going to be not touching the orifices of your face after touching a bunch of stuff that other people have. Make sure that you wash your hands, but make sure that you don't over sanitize, because I know that we all got into that when we had to do our quarantine. We were hand sanitizing like crazy. And I truly believe that over sanitizing can actually cause allergies pop up later in life. So not getting too crazy with it, but just making sure that you're smart about your hygiene. Number 7 is something that we all have a really hard time with, I feel like, and that's getting adequate sunlight and vitamin D. Most people spend 90% of their day inside. And if they do get sunlight, it's through a window or through some sort of glass. So sunlight exposure is going to be essential for the production of vitamin D in our body. And we know that vitamin D plays a crucial role in your immune function. It's going to help regulate our immune response and supports the production of antimicrobial peptides. Many people have inadequate vitamin D levels, so being able to get that checked is super important. And then if you need to, you can supplement or just try to plan out your day where you're getting more sunlight exposure to the skin of your body. Especially if you can do this early in the morning, that's a huge bonus, a huge win. Number 8, staying hydrated. Proper hydration is going to be vital for a ton of things, your overall health, but that also includes your immune function. Water helps to transport all of these nutrients that we're trying to get from place to place in your body. It helps to eliminate waste, and it helps to maintain the optimal functioning of your cells and tissues. So we are made up of water. Make sure that you're getting your water in. Take your body weight, divide it by 2, and shoot for that in ounces if you're looking for just a general prescription on how much you should be drinking. Your body weight in ounces divided by 2. Number 9, these get to be a little bit more on the fringe. Not a lot of people do practice this, but if you can practice thermoregulation practices, super helpful. Exposing your body to temperature fluctuations such as hot or cold showers, occasional cold ice baths, maybe cryotherapy, maybe hot tubs, that kind of thing. These temperature changes stimulate the production of immune cells, and they increase circulation, which helps to distribute immune cells throughout the body more effectively. It also helps you to train those systems in your body that help regulate temperature. Nowadays, we have everything right where we want it to be, 75 degrees with your AC or your heater or whatever it is. We just have that same temperature, and those systems in our body that do regulate temperature, if we don't use it, we're going to lose it. And that's going to hurt when we do end up going outside and it's super cold, or when we do need to have our body be able to regulate if it's super hot and we get a hot flash one of these days. So practicing things like finish your daily shower with 30 seconds of cold, or taking an occasional cold bath. You could also try to get into a sauna. I try to do a sauna anywhere between 2 to 4 times a week for 20 minutes at a time. And you could just tell that your body is able to sweat a little bit better. You train your body how to do these things that help to get the toxins out of your body. I know toxins are kind of a buzzword, but being able to detoxify that stuff that needs to get out, helping your body do that better by training these systems. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to put there on number 10 is definitely the last thing because it's a supplement, but consider immune boosting supplements. So if you know that you're short in vitamin D, you could buy a vitamin D supplement. And I know that the vitamin D slash K2 supplements help absorb that vitamin D a little bit better. You can also look for things like zinc. Zinc really supports your immune cell function. Probiotics like seed that we're trying right now, that could be something that you want to try. Or even old school, like my mom used to do elderberry and echinacea. These are huge, huge when it comes to potential immune boosting properties. So look for those supplements. You could also go a little bit more fringe as well and look for adaptogenic mushrooms. Adaptogenic mushrooms, these are a group of fungi known for their potential health benefits. You can include these in your diet, things like reishi. Reishi is one of the most well known mushrooms for immune support. It contains this bioactive compound called beta glucans, and this has been shown to enhance your immune activity and modulate your immune response. You could also try chaga. Chaga is known for its rich antioxidants and has been traditionally used for immune support and is kind of touted to be the cancer fighting mushroom. Even normal mushrooms like shiitake mushrooms contain a variety of compounds, including the beta glucans. The two mushrooms that I really enjoy, turkey tail and cordyceps. If you can find a turkey tail or cordyceps supplement, or even put those actual mushrooms into a stir fry or any kind of thing that you could eat for dinner, those could be great things to help your immune system. And then one thing that's really fun to do for your immune system is rebounding. You could buy a rebounder, a mini trampoline, and this could offer a ton of different benefits, from getting your exercise in, helping you with your bone density, being able to get that impact without actually jumping on hard ground, but also rebounding helps with your lymphatic circulation. This is going to help stimulate the flow of your lymph, helping you get those toxins and waste products removed a little bit more efficiently. So maybe consider investing in a rebounder if that's something that you could throw into your everyday life. A lot of good things there when it comes to your immune system. Really great question. If there's anything that you do to help your immune system, I would love to hear about it. Let us know any hacks, tips, or tricks that you've used in the past that have helped you with your immune system. And with that, let's move on to question number 2.
Question number 2. My doctor said I have to stop jumping because I have osteoporosis and some arthritis. What can I do when these exercises come up in a workout?
Oh, yeah, we get this one all the time at the gym. And you have to realize when you go to the doctor, they are trying to do everything that they can to help you in the shortest amount of time that they have. So you're coming to them with this ailment and you're telling them that you work out and you do this and you do that, and now you're getting pain and now you have osteoporosis and a little arthritis. They're going to tell you to stop doing that thing. So that's up to you to understand they're doing that to protect themselves, and it's the quickest thing that they can do in the moment. But if you're someone that wants to be able to have fast twitch power muscles, which help you if you were to step off a curb and there's a car coming to come back, it catches you when you trip and fall. You can now catch yourself rather than falling, which is one of the biggest things that happen in your older age that can really take you out. So you have to realize where you're at now. Take their advice for sure. They're your doctor, they're your primary care physician, whatever it is. They're giving you this advice for a reason, but understanding where you're at and where you want to get to, and then doing what you need to do to get to that place. So why do you have this condition in the first place? Is it because you are deficient in nutrients that help your bone density? Calcium, vitamin D, protein, all those things are going to contribute to your bone density. And if you're lacking in any of those categories, then maybe that's one thing that you can start with. Start eating your body weight in grams of protein. Start figuring out what your vitamin D levels are and supplementing or getting outside and getting some sunshine. Calcium, figuring out how to get more calcium into your diet. And starting from there, you have to give your body the building blocks of what it needs in order to grow that bone structure back. And it isn't impossible. You can do it. And then if you get into the workout, maybe you're not jumping, but you still want to be doing weight bearing exercise. If you look at what are the best, fastest ways to increase your bone density, it's going to be weight bearing exercises, walking, jogging, climbing stairs, resistance training. When you put stress on your bones for resistance training, you're telling your body that your bones need to be stronger, and they're going to send these little tiny cells called osteoblasts that lay down new bone and remodel your bone. So you got to send the signal, and you got to give the body the structure, that the structure parts that it needs to build. And the way you do that is your diet and your activity. So make sure that you're not avoiding activity all the way and just thinking that it's going to go away. When it comes to plyometric exercises, jumping, box jumps, burpees, all that crazy stuff, you can still do these exercises without jumping. And what I like to tell people is the intent is more important than what actually happens. So if you're intending to move quickly, let's take a jump squat, for example. You can squat down and you can jump up in the air and land on the ground. Or you could squat down and come up with as much power as you possibly can without leaving the floor and go up onto your tippy toes, and you're still activating those fast twitch muscle fibers that are sending a power signal to both your nervous system and your muscular system, and hopefully sending the signal that we need a little bit more density in our bones. So your goal is to not avoid it altogether. Your goal is to regress and meet yourself and modify where you're at. So making sure that you do stress the bone in a way that you can recover from, making sure that you're recovering adequately with sleep, and making sure that, if you don't use it, you will lose it. You have to be the CEO of your own health. So if you ever want to squat again, make sure that you squat. If you ever want to be able to run, make sure that you continue to run. And if you want to keep those fast twitch power muscles, which the longer you can keep those fast twitch power muscles, the more healthy you will be long term, the better your health span will be, then you just want to make sure that you continue to use it. So definitely I would suggest continuing to move. Weight-bearing exercises. One of the best things that you can do for bone density is actually called rucking, which is you put a heavy backpack on your back and you hike or walk a certain amount of distance and up hills, upstairs, definitely much better. So give those a shot. Always listen to your body and adjust with how you're feeling. Just be smart about it. Cool. Let's leave that one for now. Let's move on to question number 3.
All right, question number 3. I'm trying to add more vegetables in, but I'm feeling overwhelmed and don't know where to start. What are some ways to sneak/add different veggies in each day?
Oh man, this person is my person. Vegetables are not my thing. I feel like you have to keep it simple. There's so many different vegetables out there. Figure out which ones that you can tolerate, which ones you like, which ones are easy to buy and that don't go bad quickly. And then figure out some staple meals, putting those with your big protein meals and your carbohydrates, whatever it is, being able to have like a go-to vegetable and knowing how to prepare it and knowing how you enjoy it. I think that's super important for me. This is kind of your wheelhouse. What do you think is how do you get me to eat vegetables every single night? This is like something that you've really helped me put into my nutrition plan, being able to get those veggies in. What's kind of your suggestion on this, Jamie?
I think it starts with having certain spices in your house at all times, right? Like this was a big thing the last couple of weeks with some of my clients as well, just trying to add in different vegetables and figuring out ways to sneak them in. And just like you said, keep it simple. You don't have to go and make these extravagant recipes every single day. Do what works for you. Most vegetables, I love roasting them in the oven. It's super easy. The cleanup is even better. It's one of your faves. Yep. But most vegetables can be cooked in the oven at 420, 425, or I'd say anywhere between 12 to 20 minutes, just depending on the vegetable and how crispy or what consistency you prefer for your veggies.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really like is when it's crispy and when it has a bunch of spices on it. It almost makes it kind of like this, gives it this flair. Otherwise, it's just so bland and chewy and just feels like I'm a rabbit eating rabbit food. But yeah.
But we need them. They are important.
They are important.
I'll go over to some of the staple spices that we have in the house that I typically throw on to all of our veggies just to mix it up. Cumin is one of my favorites, especially on sweet potatoes. You guys, so simple. Slice up some sweet potatoes, throw a little cumin on there, a little salt and pepper. That is literally all you need, and they are delicious. Another favorite is cayenne pepper. If you live near a Trader Joe's, they already have this pre-made. It's called citrusy garlicky, and that goes well on every single vegetable. Tell me I'm wrong. Moving on, just regular garlic, regular onion powder, ginger, rosemary, thyme, parsley. So always have those items in your house if you enjoy the flavors. But those are so, so good on veggies, and it just keeps it nice and simple. Throw a little good oil on there. That's olive oil or avocado oil. And one fun game that maybe you have with yourself or with your family, each week, try to pick one new vegetable when you're at the grocery store. One new thing to add into your diet. Your gut will love you for it, right? The more variety that it has, I think the better that you could feel overall as well.
And they did a study that said that people that eat 30 different plant products per week live longer than those that don't. I was like, 30 different plant products. That seems like a lot, but they also included nuts and some spices and stuff like that. So it's actually not that much. What are your favorite vegetables? I guess mine are going to be broccoli, broccolini, asparagus, green beans. What else do I like?
You like Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts. Yeah, if you make Brussels sprouts the right way with bacon and blue cheese, then I love them.
And one quick little hack too, just to help with your blood sugar spike when you're eating as well. Balsamic vinegar or any vinegar. It's a super food. Throw it on your veggies and it is so, so good. And plus, it's just going to help your body absorb all the nutrients a little bit better too.
Nice. Gives it a nice little kick. I throw pepper on everything.
Oh, yeah. And the way that I sneak them in for you, because I know you don't like them. So I'll make a large skillet. Pick any protein you want. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll take like 2 to 3 different vegetables, chop them up really, really small, throw it in the pan in the big stir fry. Half the time he doesn't even know. That's a nice way.
Boom. Kid hack for your adult roommate. Awesome. That's great. Good questions there, guys. Keep them coming. Let's move on to this week's recommendation. This week's recommendation is to follow Dr. Mark Hyman. Mark Hyman, Hyman. He runs a podcast called the Doctor's Pharmacy Podcast. He also is one of the main doctors at the Ultra Wellness Center, and he has a huge collection of books. He's authored like over 20 books. It's crazy. He also has this really cool longevity roadmap series. It's this collection of documentaries. It's like a series of videos that you can watch. And if you have someone in your life or if you're looking to help improve your longevity, you got to check out the Longevity Roadmap series by Dr. Mark Hyman. They do a great job on those. I thought it was really well done. He does simplify health down a little bit. So a lot of the experts online and on the social media world, they kind of attack him sometimes because when you simplify down really hard to understand topics, sometimes the way you say things isn't exactly 100% accurate and factual. It's kind of like letting us understand the concept behind it. So he does do that sometimes. So just take that with a grain of salt. But really like what he does. He's trying to change the game, and he's been in it for a long time. On Instagram, it's at Dr. Mark Hyman. Definitely check him out. He's got some really good content. Let us know what you think. And we're going to leave you this episode with a quote that I really enjoyed. And I'm going to read it off to you. It is, "What a cool coincidence that the only way to experience the peak human experience of flow is at an intersection of our greatest challenge and a level of our preparation. The most joy and fulfillment that I can feel on this planet is where I'm putting myself at the edge of my ability, great challenge, and at the end of a long road of preparation to meet that challenge." This was by Steven Kotler, who is the leading expert on flow. Flow is a state that you can put your body in, and this is like when you're skiing or snowboarding and you're just in the zone, or if you've ever been an athlete and you've been just on fire, or whatever it is, if you're in the flow, this is a peak human experience. And I just love this quote. I'm going to read it again. Listen to this. It's, "What a cool coincidence that the only way to experience the peak human experience of flow is at an intersection of our greatest challenge and a level of our preparation. The most joy and fulfillment that I can feel on this planet is where I'm putting myself at the edge of my ability with a great challenge and at the end of a long road of preparation to meet that challenge." And that just kind of, when I read that, I think about, I'm preparing right now for all these moments where I encounter challenge, and then I just find that place where I'm at the edge of my ability and I'm really hyper focused on something, and knowing that in those moments of our greatest challenge, everything that we've done in the past to prepare ourselves to get there could get us into this peak human experience of flow. So as you move through your life and you feel like you're just spinning your wheels or you just keep coming up against these obstacles, know that this is training for you to when you get to these great obstacles, all the training that you've done, all the preparation that you've done can get you into this peak human experience that we should all be striving for at times in our lives and getting into that flow. And with that, we wish you a great week. Go get you some of that peak flow this week and keep chasing those goals. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
All right, Dream Team, that's it for today. Please share with me any knowledge, thoughts, or questions you may have on today's topic. I'll make sure to answer and discuss on the next episode. You can ask your questions in the comments section or message me on any of the social media platforms. Also, I would be so thankful if you shared this episode with any of your friends or family that may be able to benefit from today's podcast. I would love it if you could do me a solid and screenshot this podcast and share it on your social media platforms and just write one takeaway, one aha moment that you got from this episode. This will help me know what's really valuable to you, and so I can keep the good information coming. And it also lets your network know if this podcast is worth a listen to them. Thank you so much for listening and learning here with us on the Living the Dream podcast. We are so grateful for you being a part of this lifelong learning journey. If you have any topics you'd like to discuss, please let us know in the comments or by messaging me on Instagram at CoachDamien_SD. Be kind to someone today, smile at someone today, and leave every person you come into contact with better than before. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream. Thank you so much for listening and learning here with us on the Living the Dream podcast. We are so grateful for you being a part of this lifelong learning journey. If you have any topics you'd like to discuss, please let us know in the comments or by messaging me on Instagram at CoachDamian_SD. Be kind to someone today, smile at someone today, and leave every person you come into contact with better than before. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.